Indiana Fever were without Caitlin Clark and lost Sophie Cunningham. How they managed to beat CT Sun. Uncasville Sophie Cunningham was down and the Indiana Fever appeared out. Already without 3 injured guards including WNBA All-Star and 2024 Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark, the Fever players on the floor and from the bench rushed to the aid of Cunningham, who was holding her right knee after the Connecticut Sun's Bria Hartley fell into her stationary leg on a drive to the basket during Sunday's game at Mohegan Sun Arena. Already behind by 15 early in the second quarter, what could happen next to them? The first thing was to come together and surround Cunningham and use towels to keep TV cameras and fans from watching an athletic trainer attend to the Fever fan favorite. Every day in our huddles, that's what we say together. Indiana All-Star center Aliyah Boston said. It's more than a word for us. When you see this happening, there's no other way. If you spread apart, the season goes down quicker than anything else. We talk about with the injuries, people are probably expecting us to just fold, and that's not us. We come into the locker room and we're motivated every single time we step on that floor. At halftime we were going to chip away, and that's our mindset. One woman goes down, the next person steps up. That's what we have to do and what we're expected to. The deficit was 19 at halftime, 21 after the Suns' Marina Mabrey opened the third quarter scoring, and 15 with 9 minutes remaining in the regulation. But led by All-Star guard Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever rallied. They forced overtime, and with Mitchell scoring their first 10 points of overtime to match her career high of 38, they were able to take over their 99-93 win over Connecticut before a sellout crowd of 8,910 that included a large contingent of Indiana fans determined to make a difference gave them their largest comeback in team history. Their effort was one that makes seasons and builds momentum with the playoffs less than a month away. It's hard for me to talk about that without being emotional, Indiana coach Stephanie White said. They've got something inside them you just can't teach. They bring it out of each other. It allows us to go through these incredibly tough times that we're going through and always gives us a chance. I'm so incredibly proud of them for continuing to believe, for continuing to pull together, for continuing to step up. Every single person on the roster makes an impact for us whether they play or not. They give and give and give. The Fever, 19-16, improved to 11-11 without Clark, who has missed 22 games due to groin and quad injuries. They moved past the Golden State Valkyries into 6th place in the standings and gained a game on the 9th place Los Angeles 16-18, who share the position with the Washington Mystics after Sunday's action. The top 8 advance to the playoffs that start September 14th. The Sun, 6-27, were mathematically eliminated from playoff contention and will be outside looking in at the postseason for the first time since 2016. The day started well for the Fever as White received a warm ovation from the crowd prior to the game. She coached the Sun to 55 regular season wins and a pair of appearances in the WNBA semifinals in 2 seasons before leaving to return to her native Indiana to take over the Fever during the off-season. It meant a lot, White said. There are so many special people here and special memories I have here, whether it's walking around the casino or coming in behind the walls here. Seeing so many friendly faces in the stands, it melted my heart. Seeing Jennifer Sun President Rizzotti across the way, I'm so grateful to have that time and grateful for those familiar faces that I saw. But a 12-0 Sun run put the Fever in hole that only got deeper when Cunningham, who gained popularity for a tussle with ex-Sun guard JC Sheldon in the final seconds of a June 17 game in Indianapolis after Sheldon had poked Clark in the face earlier, injured her knee and was helped to the locker room. White said she would have an MRI on Monday. This was the most important game for us. We can't look too far ahead, White said. We don't have the luxury for that, and we have to make sure we continue being locked into the moment. When Sophie went down, it was another blow, it was another gut punch. Fortunately, we were able to come in at halftime and regroup and emphasize that we have enough. We have to continue to do the things that it takes for us to be successful. After guards Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson suffered season-ending injuries, the Fever signed Odyssey Sims, and the veteran contributed 19 points in 42 minutes. But no one came up bigger than Mitchell, as the former Ohio State guard, who had 4 points and was 0-for-7 from the floor in the first half, caught fire. I really think that that's the most resilient that we've ever been because of everything we've been through, Mitchell said. So I think a lot of it you just tap into your team and you just love on your team, and I think great things can happen.